Students, welcome to the next session of units and measurements topic. Yesterday we discussed about some errors, systematic errors, random errors, and when the error is going to come, accuracy, precision, and error definitions we discussed. The time, measurement of mass, ranges of mass, all those values you should remember. So now in today's topic we are discussing about absolute error, relative error, and percentage error. Absolute error, relative error, and percentage error. So I told you already how the error is going to be arising, coming. Okay. So the personal errors, experimental errors, random errors, instrumental errors, all these will be. So in that, when we are saying it is absolute error. So first, while taking reading, so you got some reading. So with variables we are going to give. So the reading value is A1. Next value A2, A3, A4, and so on AN. How many readings I took? Total n number of readings I have taken. Let us assume I found 3 readings. 3 readings means I found length of this chalk piece. Whenever I am finding length of this chalk piece, I am going to keep this one on the scale. So here, some small arrangement is see here it is erased. Chalk piece is going to be erased. Therefore, first time whenever we are measuring, we may get 5.1. Second time 5.0, 5.15 like this. So 5.1 is first value, second value, third value. So same chalk piece, because this chalk piece is erased this side, isn't it? Little bit, because we use it now. Therefore, okay. So different small changes there, isn't it? Now you got 3 values. Now which is the true value? What is the exact length of this chalk piece for this case? Okay. How you will get means you have to take mean, arithmetic mean or average readings. Average means here how many readings I do? 3 readings I do. 3 readings mean. Average is nothing but, so A mean. This one you can take A1, A2, A3. Just example to understand that one I am saying. I have taken 3 readings A1, A2, A3 or L1, L2, L3 because length we found. So A mean is nothing but A1 plus A2 plus A3 by 3. Why? Because we took 3 readings. This mean value, average of these 3 is going to call true value. That is the exact length of the chalk piece we can say. Understood? So why we are taking average means to get the correct value. Because we got 3 values, therefore divided by 3. If you found 5 to 6 times, 6 times if you found means A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 plus A6 by 6 you have got it. Okay, this value is going to call it as true value. Now see here, how many times we calculated one value means here n values we found. So n values if we found means what is the true value? True value means what we said? True value is nothing but mean. How you will take mean? A mean is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus and so on AN. Here only 3, therefore divided by 3. Here how many readings we have taken? N readings we have taken, therefore divided by n. So A mean is nothing but A1 plus A2 and so on AN by n. This value is called A mean is equal to, this value is called true value. So we found different n number of values. In that, true value is going to call mean. So arithmetic mean or average of all the taken readings. Understood? So this one we are saying it as true value or correct value. So this one you will get some value. So according to this, if you divide it by 3, some value you are going to get like that. So A mean is nothing but true value. Now first I am defining absolute error. So what is absolute error? So again, I am giving by using examples. I found two lengths. L1 is equal to 5.1 centimeters. L2 is equal to 5.2 centimeters. How many readings I have taken? Two readings I have taken. Now what is the true value? L average or mean is equal to L1 plus L2 by 2. 5.1 plus 5.2 by 2. So 10.3 by 2. 10.3 means 5.15. Now what is 5.15? What is 5.1? That is called true value. Now what is the first value? 5.1 centimeter. This is first measured value. This is second measured value. Now 5.15 is which value? True value. Okay. Now this is A mean is nothing but true value. So A1 is first measurement. The difference between A1 and true value, A1 and A mean, isn't it? The difference between L1 and true value. The difference between L1 and true value. Here true value is nothing but L mean is called which error? Absolute error. Just this one I am giving an example because you people should understand. Now what is the difference here? What is the difference? 5.1 minus 5.15. How much you will get? 0. How much you will get? 10 minus 10 or 5.15. 5.15 minus 5.15. So 0.05 with the negative. Okay. So error you won't get in negative. So that one also we are going to discuss. Negative error won't come. Okay. Therefore, more minus less only we should take, or whenever you are getting negative, you have to eliminate the negative. Now error is 0.05. This 0.05 is the absolute error in first measurement. Next, second, what is the symbol of this one? Means delta L1, like that. Delta L1. Delta L2 is nothing but L2 minus L mean. What is L2 minus L mean? L2 is 5.2. This one is 5.1. That one also we are going to get 0.05. So the difference between measured value and true value is called absolute error. That one I gave example. Now I am going to give equation form. So absolute error in first measurement. What is the symbol? Delta A1. So delta A1 is equal to A1 minus A mean. So A1 minus A mean means measured value minus true value. Okay. So the difference between one of the measurement and the true value gives the absolute error of that measurement. Like that, delta A2. What you have? A2 minus A mean, isn't it? So like this, you can write up to delta A. So they gave definition, the magnitude of difference between the magnitude of difference. Why? Because here negative should not be erased. So the magnitude of difference between individual measurement and true value is called absolute error. Magnitude means sometimes it is going to get negative value. At that time, we should not take negative. Magnitude we will write like this. In your 10th class also, you might have seen magnitude means we should not take negative value. Like that, can you write? How you write delta A3 is equal? You can only say A3 minus A mean. So finally, so delta AN is equal to, so AN, last value is AN minus A mean. Okay, so this is the equation definition. So if you see this example, then you can understand this one. So this difference you are getting, measured value minus true value. So the difference is here in this problem 0.05. Magnitude means delta L1. Therefore, we no need to take negative sign. This is nothing but definition of absolute error. The magnitude of difference between measured value and true value is called absolute error. So next one. So here we got how many values? How many absolute errors we got? How many values we measured? N values we measured. Then how many absolute errors we get? N absolute errors in N measurements. Again, arithmetic mean of all these. Arithmetic or mean absolute error they will say. Okay. So average or mean of all the measurements we are calling it as true value. Same like that. All mean of arithmetic mean of absolute errors we are calling it as mean absolute error. That one we are going to denote like this. Delta A mean. You should not get confused. A mean means average of all the measured values. Delta A mean means average of all absolute errors. So here A1 we wrote. Now delta A mean we are writing. Whenever we wrote A mean, we wrote A1, A2, A3, An. Addition we wrote. Now delta A mean we are writing. Therefore what we have to write? Delta A1, delta A2, delta A3 addition. So delta A1 plus delta A2 plus delta A3 plus and so on delta A. So E is divided by N. So that is the arithmetic mean of all absolute errors. So what is the name of this one means? Mean absolute error. So mean absolute error. So average or mean of all the measured values we are calling it as true value. This one we are calling it as mean absolute error. Mean absolute error means average or mean of all absolute errors. Average means just how many we got, those divided by addition by total number. Here n times means n values we got, therefore divided by n. Next, why we define this one mean absolute error? Because we have to define relative error. What is meant by relative error? So what is meant by relative error means the ratio between mean absolute error and mean or true value is called relative error. The ratio between delta A mean and A mean. What is delta A mean here? Mean absolute error and mean value or true value. The ratio between mean absolute error and true value is called relative error. So next one, they gave percentage error. So last one, percentage error means just you have to multiply this relative error with 100. Then that is called percentage error. What is this one we say? Relative error. Ratio between mean absolute error and mean value or true value. Now what is percentage error? Percentage error is nothing but relative error into 100. Relative error means delta A mean by A mean into 100. So this is called percentage error. Means you got some error. In that, how much percentage of error you got? By using this formula, we are going to find. So very important all these for both competitive and for PU purpose also. Now we are going to do some problems on these. Whenever we are writing, how they will write these values? Measured value, absolute error. So in first A1. A1 is the measured value. In this, what is the absolute error? Delta A1. Whenever they are writing any value with error, they will write A1 plus or minus delta A1. Okay. So this is first value. First measurement value and this is first absolute error. Why I wrote plus or minus means sometimes it will be coming plus, sometimes it may come minus. Okay, because that will be depending on difference. Okay. Next, A2 also we can write. Like that, A mean. This is true value. A mean plus or minus delta A. This is true value. In this true value, what is the absolute mean error? That is nothing but delta A mean. So all these are logically will be there. Just if you understand, you will be doing problems very well. Okay. See that one of the example problem they gave on absolute error, relative error and percentage error. We measure the period of oscillations of simple pendulum. I think you might have seen simple pendulum means any bob which is suspended from some rigid support. Okay. So the oscillations we are finding. You can do this experiment at home also. You can take stop clock and any object you can hang. That one chalk piece or small amount of eraser or sharpener, anything you can erase by this one, and you can pull and leave, it will make oscillations. Okay. So for those oscillations, 10 oscillations or 20 oscillations or 15 oscillations, you can take. Okay. So whenever we are getting the measurements of the reading turn out to be, first value is 2.63, next value is 2.56, 2.42, 2.71. This S gives seconds and 2.80 seconds. Calculate the absolute time. Here what we are measuring? We measure the period of oscillation. Period of oscillation means time period. Time period means simple, just we are writing capital T. First value T1 is equal to 2.63, T2 is equal to 2.56 seconds. T3 is equal to 2.42 seconds. T4 is equal to 2.71 seconds. Like that. T5 is equal to 2.80 seconds. So how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whenever we are writing same values, you have to write. Any small value if we change it means while writing solution, so entire answer is going to become wrong. Now first what we have to measure? We have to measure here absolute errors. How many readings are there here? 5 readings are there. Therefore, how many absolute errors you will get? 5 absolute errors you will get. So first absolute error symbol, what will write? Delta T1 is equal to delta T2, delta T3, delta T4, delta T5. So what is delta T1 equation? T1 minus T mean. So T2 minus T mean. T3 minus T mean. So T4 minus T mean. This is T5 minus T mean. Here T mean means we should calculate. T mean means average value or arithmetic mean of all these 5. Simply you have to add. T mean is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5. That's all. 5 readings are there, therefore we wrote up to 5. Divided by 5. So what is T1? First value 2.63. 2.63 plus 2.56, 2.42, 2.71, 2.80 is divided by 5. So add all those, you will be getting numerators of value. The value they gave here 13.12. Once you can add, you will be getting 13.12 by 5. So 2.25 are 10, 31, 6, 12. 5 is there? 31, 6. So 6 5s are 31, 12, 2 5s are 10, 24. So T mean value is 2.624 seconds. Isn't it? You got 2.624. Now this is T mean. Now substitute here. Delta T1. Absolute error in T1. What is delta T1? Absolute errors. Delta T1 is T1 minus T2. What is T1? 2.63. 2.63 minus 2.62. So if you remove this one, just for our calculation purpose. If it is there also, no problem. Just you will be getting a little bit more value. That's all. 624. 630 minus 64. How much you get? Here you can assume 0. 0 minus 4. 10 minus 4. 6. Here 2 will be there. 2 minus 2. 0. 6 minus 6. 0. So 0.006. Correct only? If you remove this 4 here, then you will get 3 minus 2, you will get 0.01, because I think in the book they gave like this. In book they removed this one. I will give that one also here because this is example problem. You may see get confusion. In book they give answer differently. Okay. So in book they removed this 4. Only 2.62 they have taken. But this is only correct value, exact value. So according to textbook I am writing 2.63. This is nothing but T1 value. T mean value 2.62. 63, 3 minus 2, 1. Therefore 0.01 second. This is delta T1 like that. Delta T. Delta T2 means what is the equation? T2 minus T. What is T2 value? 2.56. 2.56 minus 2.624. Okay, again you can assume 0. 10 minus 4, 6. 5 minus 2, 3. Isn't it? Sorry, this is more value. This is more value. This is small value. Therefore, this minus this, you will get minus 4 minus 0, 4. 12 minus 6, 6. 0.064 second. So you got this one minus because here true value is more than measured value. So why you got minus here means here true value is more than this value. But whenever we are taking absolute error, we are going to take this one as positive. Magnitude of it we are going to take delta 3. This one we can calculate. I am not doing that. Delta T3 means T3 minus T mean. What is T3 value? 2.42. 2.42 minus 2.624. How much you will get? 624 minus 420. So 4 minus 0, 4. 2 minus 2, 0. 6 minus 4, 2. 0.204 negative because less minus more. Like that. Delta T4. Delta T4 means T4 minus T mean. What is T4 value? 2.71. 2.71 minus 2.624. So 710 minus 624. 10 minus 4. That is nothing but 6. Isn't it? 10 minus 2. 8. So 0.086 seconds. This is positive one. Like that. Delta T5. Delta T5. T5 value how much? 2.80. 2.80 minus T mean value how much? 2.624. 800 minus 621. 10 minus 4. 6. Isn't it? So 9 minus 2. 9 minus 2 is nothing but 7. 7 minus 6. That is nothing but 1. So 0.176. See anywhere we did mistake. So correctly you got. This is now delta T1, delta 2, delta T3, delta T4, delta T. So these are absolute errors we found. Now we have to find relative error. So what is relative error equation? Delta A mean. Relative error is equal to delta A mean by A mean. That is nothing but delta T mean by T mean. T mean already you got. T mean value how much? 2.624 seconds. Correct? T mean. Now you should find delta T mean. How you will find delta T mean? Delta T mean is equal to modulus of delta T1 plus delta T2 plus delta T3 plus delta T4 plus delta T5 is divided by 5. So you can add all these. Delta T1 value 0.006. You should not subtract, you have to add because whenever we are taking that one, we have to take magnitude. Magnitude means you should not take negative. So if you do like that, you will be getting the value. So 0.11 something they gave this one. After substituting, just you can calculate. I am not doing that one. You can substitute 0.006 plus 0.064 plus 0.086 plus 0.176 plus that's all is divided by 5. So delta T mean here. Substitute here. Delta T mean value 0.11. T mean value 2.64. So you can divide. You will be getting relative error. If you multiply this error with 100, that is called percentage error. So once you can check, this is example problem I gave. Just Which one is difficult for that one I did? This one is easy only. Just you have to add. If negative is there also, you have to add here because delta T means mean absolute error. You should take positive values only. You should not take negative values. Okay. So next topic, combination of errors. Combination of errors means sometimes we should add two values. Whenever we are adding two values means directly we will add. But here we should add with errors. With absolute errors we are going to add sum or difference. So two values there will be a and b. So a plus b or a minus b. Whenever we are doing sum or difference, it is going to be same. In a is equal to a plus delta. This is one term, plus or minus. What is delta a? Absolute error in a. A is measured value. B plus or minus delta b. So whenever we are going to add or subtract, how this is going to be? First we will see add. If you do add, difference also will be, subtraction also will be same. So whenever we are adding these two, a plus b. So a plus b is going to give some new value. That one you can assume c. What is c means now? Resultant. C is equal to c plus or minus delta c. In textbook they give z. In place of c they give z. Z plus or minus delta z they give. Okay. Then c plus or minus delta c is equal to a value how much? A plus or minus delta a plus b plus or minus delta. In place of a we are writing this value. In place of b we are writing this value. Okay. So a plus b plus or minus delta a plus or minus. So plus or minus delta a plus delta b. So plus or minus is common. Delta a plus delta b. We have taken here plus or minus common. Now a plus b. If you compare these two, c plus or minus delta c. If you compare in place of c, what we got? A plus b. This is value. So what is the percentage error in whenever we are adding these two values? That is nothing but delta c is equal to delta a plus delta b. Plus or minus. Okay, so simply delta c is equal. This is called maximum percentage or maximum absolute error whenever we are adding two values. Like that, whenever we are subtracting two values, subtracting means a minus b. Whenever we are taking a minus b, so here you will get a minus b for subtraction. C is equal to a minus b, but delta c should be delta a plus delta. See, I wrote this many times. Why I wrote means in absolute errors we should not subtract. Errors we cannot subtract. Only we have to add always. Therefore, so by addition c is equal to a plus b. Absolute error is delta a plus delta. By subtraction c is equal to a minus b. But in absolute error delta a plus delta. This one you should remember. This is for addition and subtraction. They gave a small problem. Example 2.8 in that. So the temperatures of two bodies measured by a thermometer T1 is equal to 20 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5. T1 is equal to 20 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5. Next, this is one temperature. Next temperature value they give T2 is equal to 50 degrees Celsius. 50 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. Calculate the temperature difference and error in them. They are asking temperature difference. They are asking. Temperature difference means we are taking here T2 minus T1. Whenever we are taking T2 minus T1, 50 minus 20. According to this formula, C is equal to A minus B. Here more minus less we are taking. Therefore, temperature difference T2 minus T1 is equal to 50 minus 20. This is this minus this. Like that, error. Percent error means how much will be? Delta C means delta T is equal to, how will we have an addition? 0.5 plus 0.5, 0.5. So 1. Isn't it? So 1 degree is Celsius. That is nothing but percentage relative absolute error 1 degree Celsius delta plus or minus. Okay, here you will get plus or minus. Here also you will get plus or minus. This plus or minus is going to give absolute error. So after subtraction, main value is 30 degrees Celsius. Absolute error is 1 degree Celsius. Final answer you will be getting after subtraction. T is equal to 30 degrees Celsius plus or minus 1 degree Celsius. Like this. T1 is this one, T2 is this one. T2 minus T1 value is this one. This is for subtraction. They gave one example. Next concept is error of a product or a quotient. Error means error of a product means now we did sum and difference. Now we will do product. Product means multiplication and division. For multiplication and division it will be same. How it is same for sum and difference? Sum and difference error will be same. Delta A plus delta B. So this is delta A plus delta B. But for addition A plus B, for subtraction A minus. Same like that you will take these two only two values. A is equal to A plus delta A. B is equal to B plus or minus delta B. Product means C is equal to A. Here C is equal to A plus B. Here C is equal to A. Now C value. C plus or minus delta C. A value. A plus or minus delta A into B plus or minus delta B. Multiply A into B. AB plus or minus this A into delta B. So plus or minus. Now we have to multiply with delta A. Delta A into B. Plus or minus this into this. Delta A into delta B. So C plus or minus delta C. So in this delta A, delta B values are very small. Very small means always will be delta A. Here you can see 0.5 into 0.5. This is value is very less. 0.5 into 0.5, how much you get? 0.25, which is big. 0.5 is bigger than 0.25. Therefore, if you multiply two lesser values, the product is going to be neglected. Till if you want to understand means one less value is 0.1. If you are multiplying with another less value 0.01. If you multiply these two, how much you get? 0.001. So if you multiply two smaller values, the product is going to be very small. Therefore, compared to these two, this one is going to be neglected. Therefore, in this we are going to neglect this term. Why we are neglecting? Because product of two smaller values is always negligible. Now, final answer C plus or minus delta C is equal to so AB. So in place of C already we got AB plus or minus delta A into delta B. A into delta B plus delta A into B. So you can divide in LHS and RHS. In LHS I am dividing with C is equal to AB. Both C and AB will be same. So C and AB are same means in LHS I am dividing with C. In RHS I am dividing with AB. If you cancel these two, again you are getting same answer. Therefore, this answer, this value is not going to be changed. C by C plus or minus delta C by C is equal to AB by AB plus or minus A into delta B by AB plus or minus delta A into B by AB. So C will be cancelled. 1 plus or minus delta C by C is equal to AB by AB. 1 plus or minus AA will be cancelled. Delta B by B plus delta A by A. BB will be cancelled. Again 1 and 1 will be cancelled. 1 minus 1 is going to become 0. Now delta C by C is equal to delta A by A plus delta B by B. Okay, so what is delta C by C? We are calling it as, this is called relative error. So while product, we are giving product, maximum percentage error will be coming it as delta A by A plus delta B by B. For division also you will be getting same thing, delta A by A plus delta B by A. This value, this equation you should remember. Okay, so whenever we are multiplying two numbers, so these two numbers we should multiply a into b. So a into b, ab, and in this we are getting delta a into delta b is nothing but error. We are getting delta a by a plus delta b by b. One small problem we will do. They gave here for division. They gave for multiplication. So for multiplication and division, this is going to be same. You don't need to change this value. How it is same for percentage error? Absolute error is same. For additional subtraction. For additional subtraction, we are writing plus only in between, isn't it? But for additional values we are adding. Here values we are subtracting. But absolute errors always we are adding. Same like that. For multiplication you got this one like this. For therefore division also you will be getting like this one. Okay. So they gave example 2.9. The resistance R is equal to V by I, where V is equal to 100 plus or minus 5. They gave here one value. R is equal to V by I. V is equal to V value they gave 100 plus or minus 5 volts. I they gave 10 plus or minus 0.2 amperes. Find the percentage error in capital R. So what is the percentage error? Only they are asking percentage error. Whenever they are asking percentage error, this one you should multiply with 100. This is relative error we got. Delta C by C. So R is equal to V by I. Here C is equal to A by B. We did here for AB. For A by B also our percentage error delta C by C is equal to delta A by A plus delta B by B. So for multiplication and for division it is going to be same. Now here R. Therefore what you will be getting? Delta R by R. Here C is A by B. Now here R is V by I. Therefore in place of C what you got? Delta C by C. In place of A what we got? Delta A by A. Therefore you will be getting here delta V by B. In numerator in place of A what is there? V is there. Next plus. So in place of B what is there? I. Therefore delta I by I. So this is relative error. If they ask percentage error, you should multiply with 100. Therefore, you should multiply finally with 100. So delta R by R. So delta V means this is delta V, this is V. V plus R minus delta V. 5 by 100 plus 0.2 by 10. So 5 by 100 value. So 0.05 plus 0.02. 0.07. This is delta R by R. But they ask percentage error. Therefore, delta R by R into 100 is equal to 0.07 into 100. That is nothing but 7%. Percentage is there means you have to take that as percentage error. If percentage is not there, 0.07 we are calling it as relative error. Okay. See the next example. Two resistors of resistances. R1 value they give 100 plus or minus 3 ohm. Already these values, these equations you came to know in your 10th class. Resistors connected in series, resistors connected in parallel. Therefore, R1 value they give this, R2 value they give this. This is R2 value, this is R1 value. R connected in series. First, these two resistors they connected in series, and the next they connected in parallel. Find the equivalent resistance of the series combination and parallel combination. Used for A means for series combination they gave this relation. Already you came to know this. And for B they gave this relation 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So in this is addition. Okay. So why they gave this one means for this percentage error or relative error you will be getting equation like this, but you don't know within error. Therefore they gave this relation also. This one also they gave in the question only if you have seen. Okay. So first we are going to find R1 plus R2 in series. So whenever we are going to solve the problem, first we have to write given that. What they gave. So given that R1 is equal to 100 plus or minus 3 ohm. R2 is equal to 200 plus or minus 4 ohm. Isn't it? So series means combination formula. R is equal to R1 plus R2. R is equal to R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2 means, so 100 plus 200, that is nothing but 300 plus or minus. So for addition and subtraction, what we have to add? These two we have to add. 3 plus 4. Therefore, you will get 7 ohms. That is ohm symbol. 300 plus or minus 7 ohm. That is the answer in case of series. Series is simple. Now we will see parallel. Parallel means this formula we are going to use. This is nothing but B. So 1 by R dash is equal to what they gave relation? 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So this is for resultant resistance. Next we have to find, they ask by using the relation, find the equivalent resistance. So delta R dash also we should find. R dash and delta R dash. Isn't it? We found R delta. R is nothing but R1 plus R2. Delta R is nothing but delta R1 plus delta. Delta R dash will be getting by using this equation. 1 by R dash is equal to 1 by R dash is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Now in this R1 value is 100, R2 value is 200. R1 is 100, R2 is 200. This is delta R1. R1 plus R minus delta R1. R2 plus R minus delta R2 whenever we are writing. Now what is R1 value? 100. R2 value 200. Substitute. So 1 by 100 plus 1 by 2. What is LCM? 200. So 2 plus 1. So 3 by 200. This is 1 by R dash. R dash is equal to 200 by 3. 200 by 3 means 66.6. Correct only? 66.6 ohm. So they gave 1 by R dash. R dash is equal to 66.7 ohm they gave. So 6 3s are 18, 20, 6 3s are 66.6 only you will be getting. That is R dash. Now we have to find, we got R dash. Now we should get delta R dash. Here we got R delta R. What is this value final? R plus R minus delta R. Now we have to find R dash plus R minus delta R dash. R dash we got 66.6. How to find delta R dash? Means they gave this relation. We have to use this one. Just like substitute, you can calculate. So they gave delta R dash by R dash square is equal to delta R1 by R1 square plus delta R2 by R2 square. So delta R dash we have to find. R dash value how much? 66.6 whole square. What is delta R1? So delta R1 is nothing but 3. So 3 by R1 square 100 square plus delta R2 4 by 200 square. Then delta R dash is equal to 66.6 whole square by 3 by 100 square plus 4 by 200 square. Okay. So you can take 100 square common. 66.6 by 100 square common if you have taken means 3 by, here 1 will be there, plus 4 by 100 10. So therefore here what will be there? Here 200 into 200. 100 into 100 came here. Therefore what will be remaining? 2 into 2. Correct or it? So if you want means 200 into 200. This one we can write 2 into 100. 2 into 100. This 100 square came outside. Therefore 2 into 2 will be getting 4. So 4 by 4 will be getting 1. 3 plus 1 that is nothing but 66.6 whole square by 100 into 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 is nothing but 4. So you can calculate, you will be getting delta R dash. So delta R dash. Okay. So delta R dash 4. 3 plus 1 you will be getting 4. So you can find delta R dash will be getting. So 100 square. So you can calculate this one 66.6 by 100 whole square by 3 plus 1 4. 66.6 by 100 means you can write this one as 0.666. 0.6 whole square you can take some 3.6. So 3.6 into 4. Almost you will be getting 1.8 something. Now R dash is 66.6 plus or minus that value. This value you have to find. Just I found roughly. Just you can check 1.8 ohms. So this is in series answer 300 plus 7. This is in parallel answer. 66.6 plus or minus 1.8. Okay. So next concept for us, error in case of measured quantities having power. So they gave that is equal to, let us assume, a square. Here a is having power. Up to now we did a into b, a plus b, a by b like that. Now they gave power. Power means a square is there. Then how will you write this one? A into a. So a into b. A into b means how you got error? For AB is equal to C means delta C is equal to delta C by C is equal to, so delta A by A plus delta B by B. So if you are going to multiply two numbers, you got delta A by A plus delta B. If it is A plus B, you got delta C is equal to delta A plus delta. Correct only? So this is for multiplication. So in place of A and B now, A only there, A and A. Now how will you write this one? Delta Z by Z is equal to delta A by A plus delta A by A. So 2 times of delta A by A. This one only we will write directly. How much power is there? Delta Z by Z is equal to, here power is 2, therefore 2 into delta A by A. This is called relative error whenever it is going to be having power. So they give a small problem there next. If that is equal to a power b, a power p. If z is equal to a power p, b power q is divided by c power r. Then what is relative error? How will you write in this one? Delta z by z. Delta z by z. This one just I am writing a power p, b power q, c power minus r. Here a power how much is there? P. So 2 is there means 2 into delta a by a. Next, here q is there, therefore q into delta b by a. How will you write this one means p into delta a by a plus q into delta b by b. Next, plus here minus r is there. Even though minus r is there, we have to write plus. Therefore, I wrote these many times. R into, so delta c by c. So why we didn't take minus here means because we are calculating relative error or percentage error. In percentage errors, no subtraction will be there. Error always will be positive. We should not take negative. Okay. So if you have taken any credit is nothing but that is nothing but, so no positive value. You should not take. You give minus 100 rupees per. Same like that, we should not say minus, we should not take it. Therefore, to remember that, I wrote these many times. Even though minus is there, plus is there, wherever it is there, we should take always plus. So delta Z by Z is the relative error. They gave example 2.11. Find the relative error in if Z is equal to, they gave a small problem here, example 2.1. So find the relative error. Z is equal to a power 4, b power 1 by 3 by c b power 3 by 2. So I told you already, powers we have to take and all we have to add according to this. Delta Z by a power how much is there? 4. Therefore 4 into what we have to write? Delta a by a. And b power how much is there? Plus 1 by 3. Power is there, how much is there? 1 by 3. Therefore delta b by b. Here c power how much is there? 1. Nothing is there means 1. 1 into delta c by c. Wherever it is going to be numerator minus 1. Even though minus we have to write plus. Plus 3 by 2 delta d by d. So this is nothing but relative error. So they ask only find the relative error. If they ask the percentage error, just what you have to multiply delta z by z into 100. So this total value into 100. If you make, you will be getting percentage error. That is example 2.11. Very simple problem. So next we will see some simple problems on this, how they will ask. So you found the radius of a sphere. If you found radius of the sphere, you got some error. Now what is the percentage error in the volume of the sphere? So while finding radius, in radius of the sphere, percentage error is, let us assume 1%. Radius symbol is R. Therefore delta R by R into 100 is equal to 1%. Then what is the percentage error in volume? What is the volume of the sphere formula? So volume is equal to V is equal to 4 third pi R cube. So because of 4 third, 4 by 3 you won't get error, right? Because 4 third is constant. Whoever taking in the universe, volume is 4 third pi only there will be. 4 third pi, because of 4 by 3 pi you won't get error. Because of radius only you will get, right? Because we are finding one person, one instrument they are going to use apparatus. Therefore, in radius you will get possible error. In 4 third pi you won't get error. Therefore, this volume is depending on only R. Means I am saying error. Now, what is the percentage error in volume? Means delta V by V into 100 is equal to R cube. So same like that. So power 3 is there. Therefore, 3 into delta R by R into 100. Therefore, 3 into delta R by R into 100 how much? 1%. Therefore, you will get 3%. So if you made error in radius 1% means it is going to become for volume 3%. Okay. So percentage error in volume of the sphere is 3%. So I will give one small homework for you. All of you can try. All of you will be coming to know kinetic energy equation. What is kinetic energy equation? P is equal to half m v square. So try to do problem. So in mass, by finding mass of the object, so percentage error in mass is 1%. Percentage error in mass is 1%. Percentage error in velocity is 2%. Then what is the percentage error in kinetic energy of that object? This is just homework. Whether you understood this one or not, we will be getting one idea. Okay. So percentage error in mass is 1%. Percentage error in velocity is 2%. Then what is the percentage error in kinetic energy? Okay.